Okay, we're going to test our audit planning tool. So we're going to click on the audit planning icon here. And it opens up our spreadsheet, which is our welcome sheet. And this has the instructions on it. But of course, since we ignored the instructions, we're going to ignore this and go directly to where it says lead auditor down here. All right, these are your general rule of thumb is on your yellow fields here are where you want to type, and they're pretty much free form. So first thing we're going to do is put in the processes. Now we got these from the customer information or from the stage 1 audit or from some last year's audit. So let's put these in. Leadership, customer PO, planning, purchasing, production, continual improvement, resource management, and measurement and analysis. Now we're going to allot an amount of time for this. Leadership is pretty important, so we're going to put it in minutes, which is 60. Customer PO, in this place that thing is pretty simple, so we're going to put in 30. Planning, we're going to put in 30. Purchasing is pretty important, so we're going to put in 60. Production is really important. That's where all the money is made, so we're going to put in 180. Continual improvement, we're going to take about 30 minutes to look at that stuff. Resource management, we're going to put 60 because that's HR and maintenance. And measurement analysis, that's about a 30-minute activity. So we've got all our processes in here, and we've got our time allotted right in here. Notice that over here we've got some other components are added, and we can put some in here if we want, and we can use these as much as we want. But over here there's a way to designate whether these are on-site time or off-site time. The way to do that is by changing these drop-down boxes. So if we want to change something from on-site to off-site, we can do that. So right here, the lunch is considered off-site time, and review of nonconformances from last time is considered off-site time. But in this place, there weren't any nonconformances, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's go down here and put in the client name, the customer location, and the auditor name. All right, we're cool. Now we're going to say for the day 1 of the audit is going to happen on 12/18/2018, and the start time is going to be 8 a.m. We don't have to worry about the shift in this case, but if we did, we would put these in regular kind of American notation. So now let's go down to the audit plan. The H Fabricators is already filled in. The Mineral Bluff is already filled in. The auditor is filled in. The shift will fill in automatically. And what we've got is the activity start and the activity end is already filled in. We started it at 8 o'clock, and that's derived from that. And the activity end, 8:30, that's derived from the fact that the time selected for the opening meeting is 30 minutes. If we'd wanted to make that 60 minutes, we could. And so that the opening meeting would run from 8 to 9. But we only want to make it 30 minutes, so we're going to change that back. All right, so let's put in some activities and see what happens. First one is leadership. That was an hour, so we started at 8:30 and it runs through 9:30, so we're cool. Next one is planning. The next one is, we can skip one. Let's go all the way down to measurement and analysis if we want. We can do these in any order we want, and if we want to delete these, we can. We can just go ahead and delete. And we want to put in purchasing instead, we can do that. So we're already up to 11 o'clock. Let's put in something else. Let's see what we've got here. Resource management, and that's HR. We want to do that at the end of the day. Continual improvement, let's put that in here. So we're at 11:30. Let's put in lunchtime. Now notice that I don't have to type anymore, and it's automatically calculated when the activity start and the activity finishes, because we did such a good job of designating the amount of time. So after lunch, I always like to do production because that's when it's better to walk around on a full stomach. And now we're going to check and see what we still have to have scheduled. Let's go look. As you can see, what happens over here is when you select this down below or any of these other fields in the audit, it'll appear right here. So now we have to do customer PO, resource management, and measurement analysis in order to get our job done for the day. So we're going to do customer PO, measurement and analysis, and resource management. And we haven't done the closing meeting yet. So here's a closing meeting up here. All right, that gets us to 5:30. Now look at what happened. Our on-site time is 9 hours. And what that means is that we're hour overtime, so we have to cut back somewhere. We know we originally allotted 3 hours for production, so let's adjust the amount of time for production to get us back down under the 8-hour limit. Instead of saying 180, we're going to say 120. And now we're at 8 hours of on-site time. We don't need to schedule anymore. We've got an opening and closing meeting. We've got a lunchtime. We start at 8. We end at 4:30. We're cool. All right, now let's go to the process matrix. These processes from the process matrix were taken from the same field that you put in when we did the lead auditor. So now all we have to do is check the boxes and we're cool. Critical processes, sometimes you have to designate a critical process. We're going to come up here and copy the checkmark character, and where it says production, we're going to hit Control V, and that's going to paste it. All these things are leadership functions, so we're going to highlight the rows and we're going to paste it. Leadership is leadership. We're going to highlight the rows and we're going to paste it. Planning, that goes under planning. We're going to highlight all of this and we're going to paste it. Now look at what happened here. When we put a check mark in this row, this cell over here notices and it counts it. And if you haven't put anything in that row yet, it leaves it red. So that means at the end of the time, we're going to come back here and be able to check. And if we left these things red, we're going to be able to tell. All right, here's our support processes. That's your resource management. So we're going to highlight all those and we're going to paste it. Documented information, that's in all the processes. We're going to highlight it this way and we're going to paste it. Our operational planning, we're going to highlight all these and we're going to paste it. Now here's design. We're going to go back up here and copy our NA. And we're going to come down here and we're going to paste that too, because all of this stuff is not applicable. Control of externally provided stuff, that's purchasing. We're going to go back here and get our check mark. And we're going to paste this here. Now our production and service provision, we're going to paste under production. Performance evaluation, that's your monitoring and measuring and all that. And management review is also under that general category. And our continual improvement is our improvement processes down here. So let's see if we forgot everything. Nothing red down here. All our boxes are checked. Let's go check our rows. All our rows are checked. Rows and boxes are checked, so we're cool. So we have a completely filled out process matrix and our audit plan is good. Now let's save this. We're going to call this H Fabricators. And we're going to save it. Now we're going to print out. So we're going to go to the Lead Auditor tab. We're going to go down to our audit plan and highlight this. And this can be copied and pasted into your audit template. And it also can be just sent directly to the customer if you want. So we're going to highlight that, or we're going to say File, Print. We're going to say Print Selection. And we've got a view of what gets printed here. And we're going to fit the sheet on, the columns are all on one page, which they are. And we're going to print this to a PDF. And so we're going to say Print. And we're going to say H Fabricators Audit Time. And we're we're going to call that Rev2, and we're going to save it. And now we're done. We've got the process matrix finished. We've got the audit completely planned out, including no gaps in the schedule, 8 hours of on-site time starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. We've got all the processes selected that we needed. Everything is carried over onto the process matrix. That thing is filled out, so we're good. So we're going to save that one more time, and we're going to call it good. That's the conclusion of our test of our audit planning tool. Thanks for watching.